can get back to the photograph, here we are, of the moments right before the assassination. You were obviously in front of the vehicle. Do you have a sense of where the shots were fired from? We're looking at that photo that you took. Is this coming from the right of the car, the left of the car? Do you know?
I suspect that it was coming from the right-hand side of the photograph. Because the left was the grounds, the park where she had been having her campaign rally, which was a secure area. So it either must have come from behind or probably to the right-hand side on the photograph. And I heard, I think, 2 or 3 shots. There may have been more. Obviously, there was a lot of chaos. As you can see, the photo is a little bit blurry because I was being shoved around. The crowd was pushing. They were very emotional, and it was a bit chaotic even before the blast went off.
And how far away from the car were you when you heard the shots? And also, how far away were you from the explosion when it went off?
Well, the shots were immediately followed by the explosion. And I was probably about 20 yards away from the car at that point. I'd moved a little bit ahead of the car just because it was surging forward and I didn't want to get hit. But I must have been about 20 yards away.
And describe the aftermath. Obviously, we're seeing a photo now of a wounded man being carried away. We saw a photo just a short time ago of someone obviously wailing. Just describe the different reactions people were having.
Well, of course, people were scattered all about. People were in different states of medical crisis. Some could still walk. Others were blown to bits. Others were maimed and just crying out for help. There was one man who really just lost control of all of his emotions, and he wandered amidst the wounded and the dead for 5 or 10 minutes, crying and raising his arms to the skies, and he just couldn't believe it, and it was just a horrible scene. The carnage was just everywhere.
And before we let you go, John, because I know you're there in Islamabad, we heard from someone else that Islamabad, as well as Karachi, now experiencing near riot conditions. What are you seeing on the streets there?
I have not been out myself this evening. However, I've heard a lot of the same things. I'm heading down to Karachi tomorrow morning myself. Her funeral will be held in her hometown of Arkhana, which is some drive from Karachi, and so a number of journalists will be heading down and covering the next step of the story, which fortunately carries on, and it's all its tragedy.
All right, John Moore, Getty Images photographer there in Islamabad, Pakistan. Please stay safe. Thank you so much for joining us.